Hey everyone, welcome back to Walt and Sarah's channel. Today we are going to take a vinyl sticker printout from our regular inkjet printer, stick it on this tumbler, and use it. I saw this on an ad for vinyl paper and I kind of laughed out loud and just, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Then I couldn't find any videos to confirm or deny this little plan here. So what else is there to do but try it myself? Although you don't see it, all I did so far was print out this image using the dimensions for a tumbler cup. Now I did grab UV laminate and that's going to go over my sticker paper. Right now I'm cutting it down to size, trying to save as much as I can for a future project. Now when I did print it, I used my regular inkjet printer. I used the glossy photo paper setting, but this is a sticker paper. And you might see in some of the shots, it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, which is really awesome. And it was to my surprise. I had no idea it was going to have that. Now this is a tricky part because I'm trying to lay this laminate down and I'm trying to keep it as flat as possible with as little bubbles as possible. So if you see me going a little crazy here because I'm trying so hard not to have any bubbles, it's just like when you're lining down your Cricut vinyl, it's kind of a pain, but we just had to do what we had to do. Eventually I just said, you know what, forget it, I'm just gonna yank, and I yanked and it turned out great. Once it is quote unquote laminated, you can trim down the sides. You see the white on the top, bottom, left and right. You can trim it down, leaving you with just your image. I sized this little picture down to 9.3 inches by 8.2, and I used the Silhouette Studio to size my images, which works really good. Usually I would use a paper cutter to trim my sides down, that way it's nice and even and very straight. However, I couldn't find it and I was just too excited once I got all the pieces in because I had to order the special vinyl paper. I had to order the laminate, I didn't have that. So once I got all the pieces in from Amazon, I wanted to jump right on this. So I didn't have time to go look for the paper cutter, but you get the idea. And especially because this is just an experiment and I'm not expecting it to work. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, money, energy into trying to make this perfect. I'm just going to do my best. Once your image is laminated, there's still a tricky part left. You have to actually get the sticker onto your tumbler without messing it up. And you want to try to make it as straight as possible. Since the only adhesive that's keeping our sticker on there is the actual adhesive on the vinyl paper, you don't want to keep taking it off and sticking it back on there, taking it off, sticking it back on there if you don't line it up properly. You want to try to do it in that first round. Otherwise, you're going to lose your stickiness, and then obviously your wrap isn't going to stick to your tumbler. This is one of those situations where it's going to really matter what works best for you. If you want to line it down on the table, if you want to lay it down flat, if you have one of those neat little cots that the tumblers can go in to help you line it up and stick it on there, that's awesome. You want to do whatever you have, whatever tools you have available to you. If you want to peel a little bit off the edge, if you just want to go crazy and peel the whole backing off and just stick it on there and pray for the best. I mean, whatever you figure out works for you and your cups, do it. Who am I to tell you how to apply your sticky vinyl? So I tried to peel just a little bit off the edge, and then I'm just gonna try my best to keep it smooth and flat and do like a nice smooth motion, but unfortunately it did not work. So I had to go against my own advice, peel the sticker off and put it back on there. So once I did it again, I actually pressed the cup against my body and kind of used my self to line it up. It was a mess, so that's why it's not on camera. But again, this is something that you have to figure out. In the future, I would make sure that I either had this better centered, or I would leave a little bit of an allowance down at the bottom, maybe cut it a little bit shorter so that way I have that silver trim on the bottom, because I really like that look at the top, that little tiny line up there where there's no vinyl sticker. So if I ever did this again, I would definitely leave a little bit down at the bottom because you can see how it looks. It doesn't look great. I'm not expecting it to stick now because of the way I applied this, but I don't want to remove that sticker again, and I really don't want to risk losing all the stickiness. But overall, because of the glossy and the UV laminate, it looks pretty darn good so far. So I'm not going to completely say, okay, this was a waste of time, trash, whatever. I actually really like this. Now we have to use the tumbler to see if it holds up, right? We don't want to just make it just to say how cute it is and then throw it away. So we need to make sure that our vinyl is going to stick. So here it is after one wash. And guys, I was not gentle. Like, I'm really putting this cup up to the test. I took soap and a sponge, cleaned the inside, outside, wiped it down real good. You can see water dripping out of it because I'm not kidding. I scrubbed the goodness out of this cup. But now it is time for the real test, the 10-year-old test. And no, we're not using this cup for 10 years. We're going to have a 10-year-old girl use it for a week. Guys, this was the result. It looks the same after one wash. It actually held up really nice to my surprise. I did not expect this. I really thought the vinyl was going to come off after maybe like 1 or 2 usage. I mean, she only used it for about a week or so, but that's okay, guys. This really did work out, especially if you have old tumblers that have mistakes on them and you just want a quick cover up. If you're going to use them for personal use, you can always cover them in resin or epoxy. I personally don't like using that material, so I did not do that, but it's something that you could do. Yeah, I'm really shocked how well the vinyl sticker paper and the UV laminate stuck to this cup and stayed on there through the wash. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.